1, 2, 3, funk it.
Hello, my name is Maddie. Welcome to back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my tour of UCLA, or more commonly known as the University of California at Los Angeles. Probably most people just call it UCLA. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. It do be smelling like the pot, doesn't it?
There's a dude over here.
We don't have to call people out. As far as the UCLA campus goes, I honestly think that it was my favorite general campus out of the 4 schools I visited in California. Despite being in Los Angeles, it had a very traditional feeling campus. You did not feel like you were in the second largest city in the country. And with all that being said, it is in arguably the nicest part of LA. It is located in the Westwood and Bel Air area, which is home to like Beverly Hills and kind of the ritzier area of LA, and it was just really nice. It was a great area to walk in, and the overall architectural theme of the campus was absolutely gorgeous. They had some newer looking buildings, but older ones such as these looked absolutely stunning, and there was none of that like awkward architecture. Everything went together really cohesively. And after our tour, we went into Westwood for lunch so we could see some of that area, and we headed back on campus for an architecture department meeting, which I will talk more about in my overall review. We just got finished with the UCLA tour and the meeting with the Arts and Architecture School, and overall everything went really well. I really like the campus. I'll do a full review when we get back to the hotel, but right now we're headed down to the Melrose area to see Urban Light, the Pink Wall, and if it's dinner time, then we'll eat at the Earth Cafe there. If not, there is an Earth Cafe near our hotel in Santa Monica that we could go to, so that's sort of the plan. We made it back to the hotel, and I'm going to do my full UCLA review. Starting off with the general campus. Their campus is undeniably gorgeous, and for those of you that don't know, it's on the west side of LA in Westwood and Bel Air. The location I felt was honestly a lot nicer than some of the other schools that I've visited in Cali, so I absolutely just loved the location. It was great. And for those of you wondering about safety, our tour guide Karina said that she felt really safe walking alone even at night on campus, which that made me and my parents both really excited that it appeared to be a very safe campus. Honestly, like nothing they said in the admissions presentation was a turnoff. However, since it is a California state, not a California state, but a state of California school, a UC school, 75% of their students are coming from the state of California. But honestly, I don't think it would be that big of a deal for us out-of-state and international students. However, it probably would be really hard to get any merit-based scholarships, and it is definitely quite pricey. They are on the quarter system like a lot of other West Coast schools. And honestly, like just being on the campus, it felt right, I guess. That's one of the things they say to pick up on when you're on tours, is whether or not it feels right for you, and UCLA definitely felt right for me. And then moving over to the architecture side of things, so that's what I'm personally interested in. I had a meeting with one of the people in the admissions office from the School of Arts and Architecture, and she basically explained that their architecture program works a lot differently than other architecture programs. So you don't apply to UCLA as an architecture major. You have to apply into either a different major or be undeclared, and then in your sophomore year you apply into the program, and you're not guaranteed acceptance into it even if you are coming in from UCLA, and they have students from community colleges and other universities transferring in as well. However, if you do start off at UCLA, there is a 70% acceptance rate versus 30% for students coming from other schools, and your junior year is when you actually start that coursework. So the first 2 years you can work on getting your GEs out of the way, focusing on a minor or another major, and you can also go ahead and take some of the architecture lecture courses, because those are actually open to everyone, not just architecture students. Therefore, it makes this program very flexible for people who are interested in double majoring or picking up several different minors. However, not being guaranteed entrance into the architecture school is kind of a gamble. However, I do wonder if the 30% that are denied are mainly students who like knew good and well when they applied that they wouldn't get in, like they don't meet the minimum requirements but still applied. Then we got a quick little walking tour of the studio, kind of impromptu, and I really like the studio. However, their architecture program is very small, just 25 students per class, and since it's only 2 years, that means there's only 50 students total in the architecture program. So some benefits to that would be that it makes such a large university feel smaller, but coming from a small school, I kind of want the bigger experience, so I'm not really sure exactly how well I would like that. One more thing that I want to mention about the UCLA architecture program is that during your time at UCLA, you are not required to study abroad, and it doesn't really sound like there are study abroad opportunities specific to architecture students. So I'm sure you could still study abroad if you wanted to during your first 2 years or during the summer, but it might not be architecture specific, and you might have to work to like build your own study abroad if you wanted to. But with just having 2 years to complete your architecture requirements, it sounds like you're pretty busy at UCLA doing those requirements and you don't really have a chance to go off campus. But I think that you could still work around that, and for some people that might not be a big deal, but I did want to point that out. But honestly, if the architecture program was like, quote, a normal one, or you were guaranteed admittance into the architecture program, I definitely think that this would be a contender for my top choice. So I'm going to give it a 3.75 just for the fact that I could not 100% guarantee myself that I could study architecture here, but everything else about the school seems great, and even mom and dad, you guys agree it's definitely one of the top ones that we have looked at. The campus definitely did have a good vibe and felt like a traditional campus, while I still felt like that USC and stuff definitely still had a quote traditional campus feel to it. This one definitely was more laid out and had a lot more landscaping to it, I guess, but I feel like all of the campuses are just so beautiful in their own way, but this one was definitely gorgeous, stunning, loved it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what your favorite aspect of UCLA is, and be sure that you're subscribed and have the bell turned on so you can be part of the hashtag M&M squad, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
It's not about personality matrixels and charts. It's all about the bumps in your heart.